Hi everybody. Tengok soalan dia. Dia nak jawapan dia.
5 minutes times
20.
Alright, thank you.
25 minutes. Yeah.
Show it to the camera. Can see. Okay. Okay, start. Alright. So, in the name of Allah, the most gracious and merciful. Assalamualaikum and hi, I and my friends. So, today our topic is about homesickness. I think, in my opinion, homesickness is not something that we are not used to, because as we know, we are now students ourselves, so we also study far from home. Even for someone, for example, me in Dengkil, my home is only 30 minutes away, but I feel homesickness every day. So it is something that is not only, for example, if you live like 3 hours ride from home, you can feel homesick. But if you live close to home and university, you cannot feel homesick. In my opinion, I think everyone, they deserve to feel the homesickness. So today, we are going to discuss about ways to reduce homesickness as students. So anyone want to start off with your point first?
May I start my point first?
Yeah, sure, Muhammad.
So basically, we as a students really related to the homesickness, since like we are at the university, so it's as our normal to stay far from our parents. So for my points, that we can reduce our homesickness is by stay connected with our family. So although we are stay far from them, but it's does not mean that we can contact with our parents. So regularly we can have some video calls with our parents, maybe in 3 or 4 times a week, according to the individual as well. So when we have a communication with our parents, it also may help the parents also can know our daily life, what happened to us at the study place. So both have a connection and will stay updates to our life. So any other one have another opinion about my points?
I totally agree with Muhammad points, which is I also do the same, which is I always call my family every morning and every night before I go to sleep, so that I can talk with them, so with this I can reduce my homesick and boost my mental. So other than that, uh, another way to reduce our homesickness is that we need to find something that can comfort ourselves. For example, when we are homesick, we can find some food such as ayam gepuk, so that it can at least comfort ourselves, so that we can we can become more motivated to study in far from home. So what about you guys think?
I'm strongly agree with Muhammad's opinion that we need to stay connected. I'm sorry if I'm quite not agree with your opinion, because I think Muhammad's opinion is the best, because I think stay connected with our family can help us to reduce stress, because by calling and chatting out with our family, it helps us to talk about our bad experience. For example, if we have problem with our assignments group, we can call our mother and tell us about it, so she can advise us and help us to solve the problem. So we don't feel lonely when we don't know what to do. So I think stay connected with family is the most helpful way to reduce homesickness. What do you think?
I think I'm going to disagree with both yours and Muhammad's opinion, because it's not a bad idea to stay connected with your family, because you can still talk about your day to them and feels much appreciated with them around. However, by calling them frequently or contacting them every day, every morning. It's like amplifying the homesickness inside you. Like yeah, like it's like it's going to be a habit of you to do that on a daily basis. So which is why I would like to stand with Ifan's opinion on bring your comfort. I mean, make your space feel like home. Like finding your comfort food, because it just brings the vibe of your hometown or something to an unfamiliar place you are studying into. For example, like bringing your own plush from home, or decorating your dorm to feel more like your room in your home. I think that could be a wise solution for these students to reduce their homesickness.
I agree with your point, Danish, but I also agree with Mohammed's and Aini's point about staying connected with family. Yes, it could amplify our homesickness to our parents and family, but it's like when we are studying, we are all alone. We are standing on our own 2 feet. So, actually, when we are calling them, it doesn't mean we want to depend on them. You know, it's like we are independent, but we acknowledge their presence as parents, because I think it is important to stay connected, especially when you are away from your home, because if you don't stay connected with your family, like for me, in my own experience, like if I don't contact my family for a long time, you know, because I want to stay independent, it makes me feel like I'm losing myself, you know, like I don't remember my roots back, and it makes me feel like I tend to forget where I come from. You know, I come from my parents, so I should be grateful to them and not just because of my own self. So I want to add, I agree when you say that bring your own comfort zone with you, but I would like to add, we can also make make connections, because when we are away from our family, I believe that it is actually time for us to be independent. So when we are independent without our family support, we have to make connections, which is the most closest our friends, because we are all 19 years old this year. So it is more easier to connect with our friends, and if we can connect with our friends, we can also connect with our lecturers or teachers, depending on which educational institutions you're in. And when we connect with our friends, we can also talk with them, because share our feelings, because if we are away from our parents, we're not the only one. Our friend is also away from their parents. So maybe by sharing our feelings with them, it makes us feel more understood and more capable of holding ourselves in our institution. For example, like chatting with them and also spending time with them, doing what you used to do at home, you do with them. For example, you used to bake curry pop with your mother at home. You can try baking curry pop with your friends too. It is one of the way to cure your homesickness or reduce it. That is my point, of course. So what do you guys think?
I'm totally agree with your opinion, Alia Mike. Because as a people, we also need our close people like parents, friends to be to share our daily life, our problems that can somehow can reduce our stress also. Because since we are university students, as a student, so there are many problems that can happen in our
Life.
everyday,
Everyday
like
life.
maybe we stress about our assignment, or maybe we stress about um, something else. So it means that people around us are really important to us. And for the niche points about the having a plushie, I'm not agree, but not really agree about that, because yeah, we still need connected with people. And I want to add my point that sometimes we can interrupt our homesickness by having activities that
Doing activities.
we know that at the at our university we can do some co-curriculum activities that may can reduce our stress but also have can value us, increase our self value,
Oh, true.
and also increase our skills and so on. So rather than we can reduce homesickness, it also can we can improve ourselves. What I guys thinks about my opinion?
I do agree with Alia Maisara's point on regarding building new connections, because as for me, as I was formerly a boarding student, I know how it's hard to be away from your parents, even though we are just a few kilometers away in Kelantan before, but now I am in Bangkit and my parents are away in Kelantan. Judge. Given your point of building new connections, I feel like it's a reasonable way to reduce to reduce homesickness in students, because building new connections means you can go out with them and explore new things with them, and even do things you have done in your hometown before, like just what you said, baking curry puff. And with new connections, it can also support Muhammad's point on doing daily activities to keep us occupied every day, and read. And
And I feel like if we keep ourselves occupied, we won't have that much time to dwell on our sadness, on our homesickness.
So what do the others think?
I agree with Alia Maisarah's point to some extent, but you need to bear in mind that when we want to find a friend, it's not all friend can be trusted, right?
Okay.
So it's hard for actually for some introvert person, it's hard for us to find friends, especially in introvert. Like introvert, they are introvert and they are homesick. So how can they cure their homesickness? So that's why I agree with Muhammad point, which is he said that we can do some activities. So I want to add, when we participate a lot of activities, we become busy. When we become busy, we can forget about our homesickness eventually. So with this, we just focus about what we need to do in our university first, then thinking about our homesickness. So what do you guys think?
I think that we need to. I agree with you, Ifan. I agree with you, Ifan. I think we need to participate in university activities so that we have time to forget about our homesickness. It also helps us to have a group of friends, just like Alia said, so that we can share our problem with them. As we know that many students feel homesickness because they are isolated, they feel isolated. So that if we join the program that held by the campus, we can have a lot of friends, so that we can share our bad experience, and this also improve our communication skills and help us to cope with our homesickness. Okay, what do you guys think?
I think you're very right about that, Aimee, because I think the easiest example is actually attending daily class, because even an introvert, when they attend daily class, like attending class means being occupied with your class, with the lectures, and even by attending class, you will find a friend, even though you are introverted or not, like the person who sit beside you in class. And that is one of the example when that I think can relate to joining activities, because when we join activities, I think most activities are not done alone. Even playing Mobile Legends also required a team, like not more than one person. So when that's why I really fancy Muhammad's point when he said joining activities and getting our time more occupied, like what Danish had said, with competitions or even programs. For example, in even in ASID itself, like there every day, every time there's always a program that you can join, like forum competitions, talk, and it all make us feel not feel more busy. And when we are more busy with our life, our works, it make us have less time to be sad or to be homesick. And also, I think when we have less time, we would appreciate those free times that we have. And for me, if when I'm busy during my free times, I would always make a time to call my parents, because not because I don't think I'm homesick anymore, but it's just because we miss them. Because I think missing someone is different with being homesick. Because being homesick is, yeah, you're sick, you want to go home. But missing someone is just feeling like, oh, I just miss them. And yeah, like calling them in those small free times are actually, I feel like it's a need, because yeah, to feel connected with our family, like how what you guys had said before. And also, but I strongly believe that joining activities is one of the greatest way to reduce homesickness, because by joining activities we can meet more friends and make connections like what Danish had said. And yeah, that is my opinion. What do you guys opinion on it?
I think the Alia's opinion and also me about the activities that we should occupy is really helpful for students to reduce their homesickness. I want to add other points that um, that can be applied. So maybe some students don't not really active in activities like in co-curriculum activities because they maybe not have time or they
They're not
mo-
interested
yes
with it,
they're
right?
not interested.
Uh-huh.
They're more obsessed to study.
Studying, I
Yes.
see, okay.
They're not balanced.
Yes.
Okay, they're not balanced, okay.
So what I want to say that if I can say that if we are study overload, we can make burn out.
Burn out, yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
So instead of we just do that activities, we can hang out, go outside, have a fresh air, read to after class.
Mhm.
So it can fresh our minds so that uh, we as the student can still happy
Mhm.
and quite positive to their life in university.
Like, for example, going brisk walking, like
Yes,
that.
yes.
I see, that's a very great idea too.
What?
Mhm.
So what guys opinions about me?
What
Your opinion.
What your opinion?
Your opinion.
Ah.
I think I will agree because like by joining activities we can keep our head clear from the urge to go back home because we are doing things we love here, things with friends that we can believe in, talk about anything, and it's true that homesickness can be reduced when our friends are around because they felt like home with our friends. For example, you can spend time with your friends in their home or by going out to eat or doing anything literally with them because their presence make you feel like you're in your hometown, they are bringing the vibes.
Yeah, I see.
Yes.
Quite relatable.
Yes. That is just to strengthen my point on joining activities with friends.
Do you have any other
Do you have any other?
Anything to add?
After hearing your talk, I had a change of heart, which is you said that when we joining activity with our friends, right, we can feel more like home, right? So I totally agree with that because when we join an activity with our friends, I think our friends can cheer on us so that will make us feel more motivated to study to study here, which is far away from our home. So, for example, we can join activities such as fun run or
that has been
neon run
organized by
and
campus?
many more. So kind of that, so that we can forget about our problem, which is our homesickness, so that we can enjoy more in our study time. Our, do you agree with me?
Yes, I agree with you, Ifran. Because if we spend our time with our friend, it can help us to reduce homesickness. Instead of thinking that living away from our family is a bad experience, I think we need to take it as a try for us to start to friend with more friends so that we can spend time with them and okay. So this help us to reduce homesick when we play with our friends, talk about our experience with them. And what do you think, Alia?
Oh, I agree with you, Aimi, because I feel like I have a personal experience because last 2 weeks I joined a competition and then I won the competition, Alhamdulillah. And you know, I had this feeling like, oh, if my mother could have seen me doing the competition, she must have felt very proud. You know, like why she is not here. You know, I thought of those things, but then I remember, like when I joined this competition, I have my friends that are always supporting me offline or online in group chat, even being audience themselves, and I feel like that is the cure. You know, when I feel homesick, when I look back at these moments with my friends, these happy moments, I think that is the reason why I feel homesick. You know, like not the reason. I mean, the 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 meaning behind it. Like, you know, I heard a saying that if you don't feel sad, you never know what is the true feeling of happiness. Yeah, so I think homesickness is something that is like what I had said, like a drive for us to be like better, and it's actually a challenge that we have to overcome, or we will overcome eventually, because like when we feel homesick, we come here and we join activity, and then when we join activity, we fill our time, we have more connections, and by that is, I feel like that is the sweet part of life as a student that is studying far away from home. Yeah, that is what I think lah. What do you guys agree on that?
Yes.
I think we have come to an agreement on the most effective way for these students to reduce their homesickness, which is by joining activities. Not just joining activities itself can make their head clear and not dwell on the feeling that you want to go back home, but it also gives them an opportunity to build new connections, to know new people, which is, I think, that is the meaning of homesickness. It's not the feeling of you missing home. It is the presence of home itself around you.
True. Yes.
And another thing is joining activities could could also enhance our skills, just to give us a better opportunity in any activities we are training for or aiming for.
There are so many benefits by
Yeah,
doing it,
there's
right?
so many benefits, but don't keep your don't keep all your time to join activities. Balance your academic and also physical activities so that you can be better.
And I think that's all from,
From
us.
us.
I think that's all from
So
us.
thank
Thank
you.
Thank you.
25 minutes done.